Hello! My name is Secondwind 814, and I just got back from seeing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now, a little confession before we start off. Before I start off, I did not see Guardians of the Galaxy 1. I have seen parts of it, but I have never seen the full movie all the way through. So, if this review seems a little biased, that's because it is. It's because I have nothing to compare this one to. So let's get started. And so, did I like this movie? Yes, I thought this movie was awesome. So basically, he like the title suggests, this is a sequel to the original Guardians of the Galaxy movie. And basically, in this one, one of the main plot points of the movie is they're basically running from this race of gold people. Sorry, I forget what they're called already. It's 9:56. You know what? I'll be right back. Sovereign. That's what it is. Basically, the whole plot. One of the biggest plot points of the movie is that they're essentially running from the Sovereign because Rocket Raccoon is basically a thieving douchebag. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So, basically, this movie. So basically, well, I should. Sorry about that. Lost my train of thought. So basically, one of the biggest plot points of the movie is them being on the run from the Sovereign, but also Star-Lord's or Peter Quill's history. But I'll get into the concept of pasts. So in a few minutes. So basically, they start out, and the big beast from the trailers you see is actually the starting fight. It's actually the starting crit. Basically, it's this beast that's trying to attack batteries of the Sovereign. And so, basically, they have to defend it. And basically, that's the opening credits, with Baby Groot dancing to the opening theme song. Excuse me. So, yeah, which is a great thing because the trailer didn't really spoil very much of it. So yeah. Basically, they start out with fighting the creature, and of course, Rocket goes after Star-Lord, because Star-Lord mentions that the batteries of the Sovereign are worth about 1,000 credits, and it's each on the black market. Yeah. Okay, Rocket Raccoon, being a thieving douchebag, steals some of them. Idiot. But anyways, so yeah. And of course they get patrolled by the Sovereign. So yeah. And I think one of the coolest things about the Sovereign, I think, is that basically their ships are essentially controlled on the ground, and basically as a video game. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, they steal it. So they steal some the batteries, and then they go and they get chased by the Sovereign, and they crash on a planet. And while there, they get met with Star-Lord's father. Ego. Oh, good name for the good dude anyway. But anyways, turns out now, so they go to Ego's planet, but well, okay, so I'm getting ahead of myself. But anyways, so they crash. But basically, in exchange for defending the Sovereign's batteries, they get Nebula, who they're going to turn in, but because they get shot down on a planet, they basically crash on a planet. Nebula is free, and so basically, when Peter, Star-Lord's father, finds them, Star-Lord, Gamora, and Drax go to his planet, and they basically leave Rocket, Baby Groot, and Nebula behind. And that's what I think is cool about this. Yeah, I'm losing my train of thought. Sorry, it's like 10 o'clock at night. Anyways, so this is a good time to get into one of the major plot points of the movie, and that is basically Peter or Quill's or Star-Lord or backstory. But a lot of time, but there's also and along with some other minor backstory with Gamora. But anyways, essentially the backstory. Sorry about that. Anyways, as I was saying, one of the biggest plot points is Peter Quill's or Star-Lord's backstory, and we learn that basically, and in the previous one, and I know from seeing part of Guardians of the Galaxy 1 that Star-Lord is only partially human, and because of how he was able to hold the Infinity Stone without dying. So, basically, it turns out Star-Lord is the son of a god, or rather, son of a living planet. Basically, it turns out Ego needs Star-Lord because basically as a battery. Battery to help him expand, which basically means putting parts of himself that he's planting on other planets and basically expanding like a blob type thing to cover the planets and what he calls the expansion, basically taking over the universe. Although personally, I personally seen it happen with a blobbish stuff with basic expansions like goo and destroys it, or basically smashes everything in its path. I really don't see what the point of that would be. I mean, if you were to crystallize, basically you cover every planet in the universe with goo, with like some goo or something like that. That I really don't see how it's going to help you. Oh, unless you're basically trying to make a living every single planet and ego. Although, to be fair, I mean that would be kind of nice, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it's because but I don't think I mean, come on. Yeah, ruling the universe would be nice, but what's the point? If basically every single planet is basically covered in your blob, I'll call it, and most everybody on those planets is dead. What's the point? You have no one to rule unless you're going to use it to replace some of yourself, to basically replace yourself. Unless you're basically going to use it to, like I said, create a new ego living planets, but Wow. But anyway, so yeah, basically stuff. Uh, uh, basically, Ego needs Star Lord to, or because he basically needs him as a needs the power to complete his expansion, and that's basically one of the major plot point into this movie. So, and basically, and it leads to one of the final section, final showdown of this which is basically the Sovereign Fleet. He fighting the Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, they're also fighting a fighting the Ego inside of the planet. An epic showdown. So, well, yeah. Uh, now, as far as backstories go, we do learn some more about Gamora and and we do learn some about Yondu. And you'll have to forgive me because once again, I didn't see Guardians of the Galaxy 1, so I'm not sure if. But anyway, so basically, we learned from Nebula that essentially, Gamora was always the one who would win in fights, right? And every time she lost, she lost her Thanos would basically replace part of her with mechanical parts, which is why she basically hates her sister. Another thing, and then, but of course, by the end they do make up, and they do up. So yeah. Now, one of the more interesting things we also learn about is now we learned some more about Yondu's past, and once again, you'll have to forgive me. I didn't see the Guardians of the Galaxy 1, so I'm not sure if Yondu's connection to the Ravagers was mentioned there. But anyways, so we learned that basically Yondu took Peter. Yondu took Peter. Yondu when he captured Star-Lord as a child. Broke the Ravager code, which basically got him kicked out. Now, which I think, and so basically, I guess you could say, in the end, I guess he's looking for redemption. But anyways, and it all leads up to a part where he basically sacrifices himself to save Star-Lord. Right. So, oh yeah. That's a. And I think that. Sorry, losing my train of thought. It's 10:15 at night. So, anyways, is one of the key points I think in this movie, is definitely how is a humor. This movie is incredibly funny. One of the best scenes in the movie, in my opinion, is a scene where basically Yondu, who has been captured, and he's lost his ability to control his death dart, or magic dart, or whatever it's called, and he's basically thrown in prison with Rocket, and so, Rocket, because basically he and his gang were basically made a deal by the High Priestess of the Sovereign. So yeah, basically in the end they have a big funeral for him, and basically the Raptors show up and throw him a funeral. So, well yeah. I'll be right back. Sorry, I had to collect myself there. But anyways, so yeah. So Peter, that was a cool part. All right, now one part I think is interesting is how old. Losing my train of thought. Sorry about that. It's late. Anyway, so yeah, and of course, now as I was about to say, the humor of this movie is excellent. We have Rocket Raccoon, who's basically a giant douchebag. We have you have Star Lord, who basically or who is basically the human of the group. Gamora, the straight man, and of course, Drax. Drax, who constantly makes who basically makes bad remarks. And then, and of course, we have Baby Groot. So yeah. Oh. So anyways, it is another thing. Sorry. Alright, as I was about to say, yes, the humor. We have, and basically, I think the most humorous character in this movie is definitely Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon's remarks and his persona are hilarious. Yes, and basically it's fun how everybody's always picking on him, like calling him a rat, triangle nose, a pet, a fox, or whatever. Or ever. It's just funny. Honey, to watch. Honey. And of course, there's Drax, who constantly he makes the bad jokes about Oaks with stuff. Oaks usually about his family. And then of course, there's of course there's Mantis who they kind of who is basically I don't know if you could really call her the fish out of water joke, but I get she's basically lived on ego the entire time, and so basically. And so she basically has no idea of how to socially interact with people. There's that joke. And of course, there's Star Lord, who is the human of the group and basically makes the constant Earth jokes. And of course, and of course, then there's Gamora, who is the straight man of the group who doesn't find humor in anything. And that's and together, all these personalities just come together to make a great movie. So, and I think, and I could talk about it more, but I'm gonna wrap this up now. So, Guardians of the Galaxy. So, the final verdict for Guardians of the Galaxy is a 9 out of 10. 10. Would I recommend to go see this movie? Yes. So, there you have it. Guardians of the Galaxy, 9 out of 10. Go see it. And, well, that about wraps up for this video. My name is SecondWind814. Thank you so much for watching. May the wind always be at your back. See you next time.